So hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, like you've probably seen in my title and description, we're going to be creating this DIY Beyonce inspired honey blonde 2018 Coachella hair, and this hair is giving me all sorts of vibe. It's ombre, it looks expensive even though it's cheap, even though it cost me less than $10. Yeah, if you guys want to know how I created this bomb ass looking weave inspired by Beyonce, then you definitely want to keep on watching. Hey loves, so to begin, I'm going to be using closure, and what I'm going to be doing here is to divide this 4x4 closure into 2 equal halves, because I do have another synthetic hair that I would want to create. I'm just going to divide this into 2 equal halves. Since it's synthetic, you know, we're just going to manage these two, and I'm going to be using one half, and we're going to be bleaching this half to kind of soothe and blend into the synthetic hair we're going to be working with. And I'm just going to get my foil, put that in place, put my hair over it, wear some gloves to protect my hands, and then bring in the mixture. I'm going to be using bleach. I'm just working with, you know, just a little bit of it. Now what I'm doing now is to just saturate the hair in that bleach. I want the hair to be properly saturated in it, but then I'm just walking really slow because I do want like some dimensions and some layers and some highlights as well. So I'm just saturating the entire hair with the bleach, and I'm just going to cover it up for a couple of minutes for it to just, you know, tone down, for it to bleach a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead to bleach the knot so that the knot matches the hair that we're going to be working with as well. So now I'm just saturating the hair with the bleach, and I'm trying to get into like those corners, and I'm just going to go ahead to comb it out just a little bit so that it gets fully saturated and it just lightens up. So that's what we're doing now, and I'm just going to go ahead to wash it off, and this is what we have now. This is almost the exact same shade as the weave on we're going to be using. So what I'm going to do now is to use the excess product on the remaining excess product. I'm going to be just applying that on the closure just a little bit. I'm not really saturating it, I just want highlights. I'm just applying the excess product around it and then let it set for a couple of minutes as well to kind of create dimensions, because the weave on we're going to be using has dimensions and different highlights and lowlights. So I'm just going to get my mannequin head and get my dome cap or my wig cap, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to fit it on my mannequin head. Now this is the weave on we're going to be working with. This is from Noble. This is the Noble Classic weave on, and this is in the style C-Eos plus and 22 inches. And this is what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to leave the description and probably some links down in the description bar. Definitely do check it out. This is what I'm going to be working with. It's in the length 22 inches. I don't know if you guys can see the dimensions. It has like highlights, and it just has dimensions of highlights and lowlights, and it also has the tips are also highlighted. So I'm just going to go ahead to just open up this weave and get it ready. As you guys can see, the weave, I kind of like it, and I haven't brushed it out. The thing with synthetic hair is when it comes like packed, it's usually not so good, but then when you brush it out, it kind of has like a human hair feel or a human hair look to it. But this one, without even brushing it out, still looks really good. So I'm just matching my closure to the weave, and guys, it is a perfect match. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the sewing down. So I'm just going to pull down my closure just a half an inch like that, and then I'm just going to go ahead to just braid the closure in place so that it doesn't, you know, disturb the sewing down method. And guys, this is not going to be a very detailed sewing down video. I'm going to speed the process up because there are hundreds and thousands of videos on that on YouTube. I'm just going to lock in my closure. I'm just going to sew this down. I'm going to sew it down really tight so that it doesn't pull, and also so that it stretches, so that way it lays down flat. I'm just sewing down the perimeter of the closure, guys. That is what I am doing now. So because this weave on or this weave did not come with a closure, I decided to use the one that I had to close it up. I didn't want to kind of close up using the weave by itself because it wouldn't look natural. So I decided to just, divide my closure into two and use one half to just basically just close it up. That's the purpose of this closure, and to make it look a little bit more realistic and a little bit more expensive. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. We're giving an illusion of human hair when it's not. So I just went ahead to just sew. This is the first bundle, and guys, this thing is actually full. I think you can get away with maybe 1.5 of it. But yeah, this is what one bundle of the hair looks like, and this hair retails for 1,800. I got mine for 1,800, but I'm pretty sure you can get yours for maybe 1.5 or maybe the same price, either more than that or less than that. But either ways, that's the range you can get it for, within 1,800, and that is equivalent to about let's say $4 in the US. So yeah, that's it. It's quite inexpensive. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I have some needles on my mannequin head, and I'm just going to go ahead and just keep sewing it down. And when I get to the end of the weft, I'm just going to lock in the weft onto the wig cap, and I'm going to double stitch it. And now moving on to the other pack, I'm just going to go ahead to just take it out and then do what I've been doing since, basically. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So this is how much weft we're working with and how much it is in one pack. Basically, it's quite much. The volume is quite high. So that's what we're doing. We're continuing from where we stopped and we're sewing it down. Now when I get to the tip, when I get to the front part, I'm just cutting off the weft because it's synthetic hair. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm just cutting it off because I want that hair. I want the hair to be flat. I don't want it to be bulky by the side. I'm just cutting it off, and then I'm just starting afresh from another track, from another line, basically. And I'm sewing it down, and I'm just closing up the entire space that's remaining. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, guys. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to be closing up the hair, and what I like to do is to kind of mesh the track or the weave and kind of sew it onto the closure and onto the wig cap as well, so that everything just closes up and everything just becomes one. So that's what we're doing now. We're just trying to close it up so that it looks a little bit more flawless and we don't have space or we don't have gap coming through because the closure is quite small. So now I've reached this section and I just ran out of I ran out of tracks. What I'm going to do now is to just take out about 2 inches worth of weave from the back, and you always want to just take it out from the back because the back is always going to be covered. So I'm just going to go ahead to just look for the section that I want, then cut it off and then sew it back down. Yeah, So now that we've gotten that out, I'm going to go back in and just fill in that gap. And guys, we're done sewing. Sewing is usually like the worst part of creating wig, and we're done with that. So let's just, lock everything down, make sure that it's as flat as possible. I'm so relieved, guys. And I'm just going to go ahead to just remove the braid we created and kind of see what it looks like. See a thread piercing through. I'm going to just cut that out of the way. And this is what we have working with us now, guys. I don't know if you guys can see like the little bit of highlights and lowlights, but it wasn't enough for me. But this is the full view. This is what the hair looks like raw after sewing in, and this is what it looks like. Can you guys see the ombre effect as well as the highlights and just the awesomeness of this wig right now that we did on a budget for less than $10 or less than 4K. So now I'm just going to go ahead to tease the closure, just to tease the hair so that it's kind of it looks puffy and I don't know, nice. So I wasn't satisfied with it. I'm just going to get to cut off the excess lace that we do not need. I wasn't satisfied with it, and I kind of wanted like a little bit of highlight at the front part of the center part, and that's what I'm going to do now. But before I do that, I want to go ahead to just take out some hair. I'm just going to go ahead to just tweeze it out a little bit so that just that little part looks a little bit more realistic. But since this is a 2-inch closure, I'm not going to tweeze out a lot. I'm just tweezing out like really small, just something to work with, and something just really small basically. And yeah, this is what we have now. I'm going to take out just a couple of strands, just a little bit from the center part, and I'm going to bleach that out just to highlight it a shade lighter, so that way it flows with the tip of the hair. I don't know if you guys saw the tip of the hair, it was quite light. That's a shade we were going for, or we are going for. That's what I'm doing right now, just trying to highlight this part and highlight the other parts, and we're almost done. So I'm just going to let this sit for a couple of minutes, then wash it off. So this is what you have going on right here. This is what the construction looks like. This is what the closure looks like. It's like 2 inches wide. And I'm just cutting off this excess lace. Alright, so now we have this. So what I'm going to do now is to fix a band. Alright, so I just attached my elastic band to my cap. So what I'm going to do right now is to get my foundation brush. So I'm going to use the leftover product to just like transfer the excess product onto this is what we have here. Let me just blend this part so we don't look cray. Okay guys, so I went ahead to grab my mousse, and I have my curling one just to flatten this side out. So what I'm going to do is to just take out just a little bit, just squirt out just a little bit of mousse, apply that on the areas that I want to kind of slick down. So I'm just going to flat iron just this top part, run this through it. So I want to use my 13mm curling wand, but at this moment in my life I'm so lazy. So I'm just going to just see what this one looks like and just finesse it. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now I feel like I'm looking crazy, but yeah, I want to see if I can curl this hair. So I'm just going to take a strand from the back. Okay, didn't curl, but it's straightened. So you can definitely straighten this hair. And it says it's the Classic Plus. It's 100% high temperature fiber. That is why it could take my curling one. Healthy weft, no shedding. Actually, okay, a little bit of shedding, but I'm guessing it's because I cut off the weft as I was installing. Yes, it says the curls can be straightened as yaki straight. Before proceeding, test a small strand of hair. Guys, I didn't read this before testing this out. I actually wanted to curl it out. It's a different day. I definitely did not like how I curled the front, the closure part. So I'm going to redo it again. So I'm just going to put this on. So I'm going to just comb this one out. Take my 13mm wand. Okay, it's hot. So I'm going to curl it inwards. Yeah. It doesn't take time, but I hate curling hair. Let's do this. Perfect. Curl this. Take it out. Definitely use gloves and just free that. Now you can always divide the hair like into two if you want, like just to open up the curls so you can get like this. Alright love, so this is what we have now. This is how we kind of like curl the hair. This is the curl pattern we have. It's a lot better than the previous one we did. It looks a lot more blended in with the actual weave on that we used. This is the final look. This is what she looks like, and I'm definitely loving it. If you guys love this video, definitely feel free to give me a thumbs up. It's free. Subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. Stick around with me. Let's create cheap, bomb looking hairs like this. I'm totally here for it, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I want to be doing this on a weekly basis, like affordable hair, slay on a budget, weekly slay on a budget. That sounds better. So let's call this weekly slay on a budget. I'm going to be doing this every week. If you guys want to see what we come up with next week, then definitely stick around and let us just have fun. So yeah, if you're yet to subscribe, do subscribe. It is for free. I mean, what do you have to lose? You don't have anything to lose. Just subscribe, and yeah, let's enjoy these kind of content. I'll definitely see you guys in my next one. Till then, stay fab, stay blessed. Bye guys.